Aaron Rodgers can win MVP in 2023? Well, that's what one well-respected NFL analyst has to say. What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today we are going to get into this take from Kyle Brandt of Good Morning Football. He was pretty positive about Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. Before we get into it, Matt O'Leary on socials. You know the drill. Matt O'Leary NY on social media. And make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast, where new episodes drop every single Wednesday. So not only did Kyle Brandt say that he believes Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are going to have success this year, he thinks Rodgers could be in the MVP conversation.
Or it's just going to be great. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be in the MVP conversation. I think the Jets are going to win. I think the Jets are going to be in the playoffs, like all that stuff.
Now, you have to remember, it's not that long ago that Aaron Rodgers won MVP. Obviously, in 2022, it was a little bit of a down year for Aaron Rodgers. We know what happened. They had a much younger team. He played through injury. Some people think age and regression is all a part of the natural progression there. And whatever narrative or storyline you want to believe, that is fine. Let's just go to 2020 and 2021, where in 2020 he won the MVP, 70.7 completion percentage, 4,299 yards, 48 touchdowns, 5 picks, a 121.5 quarterback rating. In 2021, another MVP season, 68.9 completion percentage, 4,115 yards, 37 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 111.9 rating. Imagine having a quarterback who throws 5 or less interceptions, 5 or fewer interceptions in a season. That my brain cannot compute that as a Jet fan, because even some of the best quarterback seasons I've seen as a Jet fan have seen interceptions unfortunately come in bunches. So that is just hard to wrap my head around. If you forgot, or if you're curious who won the MVP in 2022, Patrick Mahomes did, throwing for 5,250 yards, 41 touchdowns, and a 105.2 rating. So obviously Aaron Rodgers is going to have a bounce back year, but a lot of people are discussing the narrative that Aaron Rodgers looks rejuvenated, that the weapons are better, that his team around him is better, and that it's a perfect storm in a way for Aaron Rodgers. And while I am not ready to come out and predict an NFL MVP season for Aaron Rodgers, I understand where the optimism comes in. I think he's going to be very good. I think he hits 4,000 yards. I think he hits 30 plus touchdowns. Again, I don't know if that's going to be enough to win the MVP. You're probably going to need well over 4,000 yards and closer to 40 touchdowns to do it. But the Jets haven't had someone who you could legitimately say in the conversation as an offensive MVP in a really, really long time. And this award is a quarterback award, by the way. Like, the last 10 MVPs have been quarterbacks. Adrian Peterson in 2012 was the last time a non-quarterback won that award. You also had Sean Alexander and LT. Did they both win MVPs? Hang on. Oh, yeah, I was right. You also had in Marshall Faulk for the other non-quarterbacks to win since the change of the millennium. So it's going into 2000. You've only had Marshall Faulk, Sean Alexander, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Adrian Peterson. 4 times there's been a non-quarterback win the MVP. So more likely than not, it is going to be a quarterback who wins MVP in 2023. And Aaron Rodgers has the 8th best odds to win MVP. He is plus 1,800, which is an implied chance of 5.26% to win that award. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, that would be a little bit more on the optimistic side in terms of predictions, but I love that the Jets are getting love. There we go. That's what I'm happy about. I am happy that the New York Jets are getting love and recognition from, some well-respected sources. And look, we went around and, we talked down on Bill Barnwell and did the negative. And I don't always like to come on here and talk about the negative thing. That's not as much fun. I like to react to whatever's going on each day, and sometimes it's a negative story, but today it's a positive one. And I'll much rather talk about a positive and a guy in Kyle Brandt on a show that I really like. I think Good Morning Football is quality football content. I think that, comparatively, looking at some of the other mainstream media programs and networks and what's being put out there, of that, I think they absolutely have to be in the conversation for one of the best. So Kyle Brandt, big fan of Aaron Rodgers, things you absolutely love to see. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Aaron Rodgers can win MVP? Sound off. I'm Matt. I'll catch you next time.